When will those damn Arroyos put a shirt on that beast? I want to talk about Airdrop. Let's start with the basics of how Airdrop works. I'm just kidding. You already know all that stuff. What I really want to talk about is what happens when you cast Airdrop. For starters, you don't immediately go into the air and fly away the way that you like. The first thing you have to do is sit on the ground, flapping your wings, doing nothing, getting just shot at and whatever. And you're stuck in this phase, which is called the charge phase, for 1 28/100ths of a second. And for the charge phase, there's only two things you can do about it. The first one is to just get behind something before you try to take off. And your only other option is with this thing Ivy players call uppies. And uppies is just when you pick up a teammate and it completely skips the charge phase as long as you're picking up a teammate. But anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. I mean, I'm glad we talked about it, but the thing I want to talk about is the launch phase. That's the 1.23 seconds after the charge phase, where you're going up in the air, but you have no control of your character. You've probably died on the way up before, like spamming to drop out of your ult to get the shield and not getting it because you just have no control of your character. Lucky for us, there are a lot of ways to skip that launch phase, but some of them are really sweaty, and then some of them are so obvious that you all already know them. So I'm just going to go up the sweat continuum just one by one, as quick as possible. The easiest thing you can do that everyone should be doing is just inputting a direction, holding a direction while you ult to bias your ult trajectory in that direction. And I'm not going to show all of these because it would be pointless, but you can see here I'm holding to the left. The most useful one, the one that you'll probably use way more often than the other ones, is to hold control so that you don't have to go up as high. When you go up too high, everyone can see you, everybody's shooting at you, it sucks. The next least sweaty thing you can do is just skip the entire launch phase with ultimate ceiling canceling. Ultimate ceiling canceling is a fancy name for the fact that if you hit your head on something on the way up, you cancel the launch phase. So I'm spamming to drop my ult in both of those. You see how much faster it happens in the one on the left? That's because I hit my head on something. So yeah, whenever you hear people talk about UCC or UC, that's what they're talking about. It's just that you hit your head on the way up in the launch phase and cancel the rest of the launch phase. And that works on the self-cast. It also works if you cast it on a teammate. So you can UC your friends all you want, and you can UC yourself totally fine. Now, the first option that I would call actually sweaty is canceling it with an item that displaces you. There's really two items, just Warpstone and Phantom Strike. And to call it sweaty, I just look at it.
Swing by anytime.
Let's go for a ride.
Bro, take a shower. But as sweaty as it looks, it's actually not that hard to do. You just cast Warpstone at any point in the launch phase. Phantom Strike also works. And once the item goes off, you're actionable. You can drop your ult, you can drop your bomb, whatever. And then at the very highest extreme of the sweat continuum is the IAC trajectory, which is when you input a dash on the very beginning of the launch phase to just cancel the launch phase completely and stay low to the ground. And that's pretty sweaty. But the really sweaty part is that you can do this to a teammate by pressing Shift and 4 at the same time while holding W and looking at a teammate. You can pick up a teammate this way, and if you do that, you smell like chicken noodle soup. But if you're cool with not ever taking a bath again, the IAC trajectory allows you to be fully actionable in your ult frame 1, and all you need is a nearby teammate. So now you know how to skip the charge and launch phases, the full 2.5 seconds of startup on Ivy's ult. You know a few different ways to do it, but that's not actually what I wanted to. I mean, I'm glad that we talked about all that, but that's not really what I wanted to talk about. Because like Ivy ult can do all kinds of effed up ish. Like sometimes you look at Ivy ult and you're like, bro, you're like, dog, what were they smoking when they? Like, I'm in the cube. So one source of confusion is that the indicator, like when your bomb hits the ground, it very rarely shows up and it's barely noticeable when it's there. But the impact from your bomb expands outward in a spherical shape, right? I want you to realize what that means. It's a sphere, it's not a circle, right? It's a sphere. It expands out. Its radius is a function of the time since it hit the ground, and it's 3D. It's three-dimensional. And I see that look on your face like you know this already, but why are you, as an Ivy player, letting Grey Talons and Vindictas fly close to buildings? Don't let them do that. What were we talking about? I keep getting sidetracked. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about like how to use Ivy ult. There isn't like a one-size-fits-all because there's a lot of different builds for Ivy, a lot of different ways to play her. Like I play a lot of like Spirit Ivy and Tank Ivy, Melee Ivy, that type of stuff. And your ult usually has a purpose in those builds. You don't really get to be all that creative. It's like it's the start of most of your combos, right? So like in these clips you can see I'm using it kind of like Billy's 2, just to like lock somebody down and just force them to play the punch game with me for a little bit. And it has bullet resist shred on it, which makes the punch do more damage, so that's pretty nice.
Here, drop it on.
And then you can also like chain it into these kind of like crazy ass combos. On Gun Ivy, you get to be a little bit more creative with how you use it because it's not funneled into like this is how I get my vortex web off or this is how I hit my melees or whatever. It's more of like here I'm using it as kind of a reset, right? Like I just had to get out and now I'm coming back in, so I want to like re-engage with my ult, get my shield, and come back in with that advantage of having just ulted. But 90% of the time, your ult is used because something stupid is about to happen and you don't want it to happen, so you just like pick someone up and just stop it. Oh wait, yeah, one more thing I wanted to talk about. When you are on a zipline and you want to start ulting, here, you see I press space and then I ult, and you see how I stall in the air like that? Next time you want to do that, do this instead. Press Control to duck off the zipline, then press space, and then start ulting. And you see how you keep gliding in that direction that you were looking in before. The reason why this works is that when you crouch off a zipline, you are immune to air resistance, and air resistance is how they make you stall in the air when you ult as Ivy. So here you can see me use it in an actual game.
I'm gonna farm each.
He missed.
Let's go for
I'm ulting.
a ride.
He's got his ult again, so fuck you. I mean, that's based. I don't know what's happening. You get it. You get it.
And without it, I wouldn't have gotten to that door before it closed. So I wouldn't have been able to chase Doorman through a door that I didn't know where it went, and Skeleton wouldn't have called me base. Anyway, I made this video. The real thing I wanted to talk about was I made this video so that I could have sort of a central place for all of my thoughts about Ivy's ult. And so that in that place I could say, stop asking me to fly the urn. It doesn't work. It's not faster. The only use for flying the urn solo is to like pick it up in like a team fight setting. I don't even have a clip of that because it never happens. It's so like it just stop asking me to fly it. It doesn't. And then like people will like talk down to you like I'm not gonna do it because I don't know how, or I'm not gonna do it because I'm stupid. I have 1,000 hours on this character. Nice.
There we go.
Nice job.
I'm getting out.
Good job, team.
I'm getting out and I'm bringing you because you're slow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna target Yama.
Yeah. I can get haze. Just target him.
Do it for me.
Fine.
Good job, team.
In my mind, I looked at that Cyrus, like, oh, he's gonna do the stone form combo, and you just like came out of flight and punched her once. It was so deceptively simple that it turned the monkey brain on.
Got like 4 slowing X's on my team. What am I supposed to do?
No, that is, I mean, you did say something about it at the end of your last one.
Yeah,
going on
they
the
got
pocket?
two slowing hexes and a vortex web. So that's half the team can disable my character whenever they
She
please.
held that.
Woo!
Drop.
Page.
Kill that one too! Nice! Good, you're listening to my
Going in,
comm.
careful.
Kill this one
Does
too!
hit.